Hello, Carroll families. Steve Wilkins here with a Thursday update. Today's topic is, what does next fall look like? As you can imagine, we think all the time about how we can improve our program. With a guiding principle of giving your child what your child most needs, we talk in academic leadership about what tweaks and adjustments we'd make in our program. When a school's pretty darn successful, like Carroll, full enrollment, great student outcomes, happy kids who are excited to come to school, parents who express gratitude for the changes that Carroll educators are making for their children, there are not a lot of incentives to change the program. We talk about it, we imagine, we dream, but actually, this moment in history, this COVID environment that's been thrust upon us, gives us an opportunity to enact some of those changes. What you should expect for next fall is the Carroll Program, not the remote program that we created in an emergency situation this March, but rather a program that's incredibly thoughtful about how we will educate your child on campus, off campus, or with some hybrid arrangement where some children are on campus some of the time and others at other times. Because we don't know all the variables, we're designing a program that's going to work regardless. And we're going to take this moment in history to improve the program in some significant ways. First, focus area or tutorial. Through the lower school, we've been able to deliver one-to-one and two-to-one Orton-Gillingham-based tutoring to virtually every child. In the middle school, as children gain in skills, those focus areas have grown. Into the upper school as well. One of the learnings from this spring's remote program is that the smaller we can make that focus area, the better for now. So our plan is to continue that one-to-one and two-to-one throughout as much of the school as we possibly can. We're having internal discussions right now about whether we'd be willing to let that go to 3-to-1 for some of our older, more skilled children. But that would be a significant improvement in our program to say that focus area is 1-to-1, 2-to-1, and possibly as large as 3-to-1. The second improvement has to do with the way the day begins. We've always started with a homeroom, 8 children roughly, and 1 adult. There's a great social benefit to that. The kids have some choices to whom they associate, and that we run our responsive classroom program of social emotional learning. We will continue to do that, but then we will divide that homeroom into 2 groups of 4 with an advisor. Advisory or homeroom teachers have always been core to Carroll School. We're going to make those groups smaller to ensure that we are shepherding your child through all the responsibilities of being a good student. That is actually a significant improvement in the way we've done advising in homeroom. At the end of the day, we also envision a significant improvement where we would amplify the time given at the end of the day for no child left unorganized. That at the end of the day, children would know exactly what's expected of them. They would understand their homework or independent work. They would get some executive function coaching about being organized and planful and goal-oriented. And we would do that in extremely small groups as well, with more time at the end of the day to prepare kids for their independent work. This also removes parents from the role that you've had to assume this spring of being home educator. The third significant change that we have talked about for years is whether we should integrate curriculum. For some reason, historically in American education, history's been a discrete subject, science been a discrete subject, and then the arts are yet a third. We will, next fall, integrate content and arts and STEM and dyslexic advantage activities in ways that's much more effective. It actually neuroscientifically connects topics for children better than discrete subject areas. So in designing this program, we are confident this works beautifully on campus and would work remotely if we're forced to that situation. The rest of the program would be exactly what you have expected and understood to be effective with your children. They would have an English language arts class. They would have a math class. They would have opportunities in the arts and content learning. They would have social interaction time. And throughout, they are surrounded by highly trained, well-educated Carroll faculty members who understand the way your children learn. So that is the core of the way we look at the fall. A flexible program that will respond to the conditions that are thrown at us, and a program that has taken this moment to make some really significant improvements in a Carroll education. As things become clearer and more focused, we of course will communicate with you. I'll hop back on the video machine and give you an update as it evolves. Thank you for all your support. Best wishes to you.